feel like I have to whisper to you. It's been so long since I've done a vlog. I was only planning on doing one vlog this month, my banned books, but I'm trying to save those till the end. So this is going to be kind of a get back into reading vlog, I guess, because I have not been reading that much these 2 weeks. I had 2 rollovers, and I think I finished 2 other books. See, I don't even know. 2025 sucks. So far, it's just been a total shit show. I'm 2 weeks in. I'm almost 2 weeks in. It's been shit showing. Let's just say, I will just tell you, not let's just say, I will just let you know, last week was one of the worst weeks of my life. Not for personal reasons, because this whole city of Richmond did not have water for 3 days. And then we were on boil advisory for 2 other days, which is fine. At least just have water. Let's just have water. But anyways, I digress. I'll talk about reading. I just finished Smithy by Amanda Desiree, and I loved it. It's my first, I think it's my first 5-star read of the year for sure. It is a physical read. It is long. It's 500 pages, found footage, set in the 70s, supernatural with some sci-fi elements in it, which I like because of the scientific aspects that are happening in this. A group of scientists are talking. They're teaching a chimpanzee sign language, which seems problematic. And you know what? Stuff happens because they're in a haunted house in New England, and the atmosphere is so great. It's set up very well in an old hall. I really liked this book because you feel so bad for Smithy. I knew I was going to feel so bad for Smithy. I am one of those people, I'm a big animal person, you guys know that, but I believe in my soul, deep down, that all animals, yes, even the wasp that fly into my house during summer, all animals are innocent. They are innocent. They are innocent beings. Even my Beans, when he scratches me, he's a sweet baby angel boy who would never, ever, ever hurt anybody. Like, and I believe that about all animals. So I automatically am super biased to this experiment. I'm like, no, he doesn't need to be taught sign language. What are we doing? Have him with his family. In the rainforest, I don't know. In the jungle, wherever they're at. So already, you want to hate these guys. You want to hate the scientists. But they're so nice. They're so nice and non-problematic and genuinely trying to do something interesting and ask those big questions, and are very sweet to Smithy. And but there's Ghost. So yeah, 5 stars. It made me think a lot and reflect a lot, to where I was like crying. I was so upset with stuff that happened in this book, but it was probably external stuff that was happening to me as well while reading this. But it did take me a while to read it. But it's so good, and it's a good book to read at night with like your little book light, because it is genuinely scary. That's why I really liked it. But yeah, hats off to Lindsay for sending this to me. I get it. I loved it. As for other books, I don't know what I'm going to read next. But yeah, I just kind of want to get back into reading, I guess. I think I need to do an audiobook. I haven't done an audio book in a minute, so that will probably be it. But yay, a vlog. Just doing the bare minimum. Let's just say that. You guys, I'm doing an insane thing this year too. 20-25 temperature blanket. What the actual hell? So I definitely forgot how cold it does get. So I added the 30 to 40 because it has been in the 30s a ton. And I did this mustard color. It's not really picking it up, but I'm just using yarn that I had from, you know, my Halloween blanket that's here, and like a lot of extra yarn that I had, and I have it written down here. It's all from Michael's, just in case if I need any more, but hopefully I won't have to spend any money on it. But look at this. It's just single crochet, 120 single crochet, so it's going to be more of a throw. The mustard and blue is giving bad school colors. Am I right? But you know what? It's a temperature blanket. I wasn't trying to spend any money and just use what I have. But I'm actually loving how simple it is. And I am up to date, I think, on it. So that is good. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's very relaxing to just do a single crochet. And it doesn't take me that long either. It takes like 10 minutes. And that's it. So yeah, I'm insane though, because these have been insanely, they're known for you get behind on. I mean, my 100 days of Halloween I got very far behind on too, but yeah, I'm just crazy crocheter. Okay, so it has been one day, but I wanted to do a check-in because I actually finished another book, which is very exciting. I finished the woman from the Black Lagoon, and I absolutely loved this. This is by Mallory O'Meara and read by Mallory O'Meara. I listened to it on Everand, and it's a very quick listen. It's really funny. There is a lot of nuance in it, and for it to be written like now, almost like 7 or 8 years ago, because this came out in 2018, I think it hit everything it needed to hit. And yeah, I know this is my friend Lauren's one of her favorites from Happy Haunts Library, so I'm so excited to finally read this. And yeah, I had a blast with it. I listened to Mallory O'Meara on a podcast, the King Cast. She is a host sometimes, or a co-host now, since one of the co-host passed away, who she was really good friends with, and it's like sad, but I always liked her when she's on an episode or something. I'm like, oh yeah, Mallory O'Meara is on this episode or something. I'm super excited. So finally read her book and absolutely loved it. Also, I had no idea this story, it's such a good story, such good historical work done here, investigative work, and yeah, it also is infuriating because it hits on sexism, misogyny in the film industry, especially back then in the 50s, right? So go read it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I read a nonfiction book at the beginning of the year. Who am I? But yeah, I had a couple of hours this morning to run some errands. So I just went to the grocery store. I went to an Aldi that isn't the closest one to me. It's like 10 extra minutes, but I was like, I like this one better. It's less crazy. And I have some time. And guess what? They had a sign up at this Aldi saying, we're not taking back any water returns. And I asked the manager there, I was like, so you guys have been getting people trying to return water? And he was like, yes, like, it's crazy. He's like, I can't do anything with the water. Like, we have to like throw it away because it could be tainted. We can't resell it or anything, so we don't want to take it back. And I was like, so people were definitely hoarding water. Cool. And this isn't in Richmond, this Aldi. It is like, it's close to Richmond for sure, but it's technically in Henrico County. I was like, okay, when nobody could find water, y'all were hoarding it, but whatever. Drama. You guys might see this over here, this Barnes & Noble. It's calling to me, but you know, I'm gonna be good and not go in, because I did buy some books at my local used bookstore on Sunday, and yeah, I'm gonna be really good and not go in because I just spent $100 on groceries and a Target run. So not doing it. I'm being so good. But yeah, I am going to try to finish the Bone Orchard's Weaver. Is that it? I can figure this title out. This is YA fantasy, and I'm 30% in right now. I'm listening to it on Hoopla, and I'm really liking it. It's just for some reason Hoopla does not work outside of my home, outside of Wi-Fi, so I haven't listened to it a ton. I would probably be done, honestly, with it if I could listen to it while running errands. I just might need to go into the settings or something with that. But yeah, I am going to go home, make lunch, and listen to more of the Bone Weaver's Orchard. It's very spooky. Woo! Okay, so it has been a couple of days since my last check-in, but I have done some reading, a little bit. I did finish The Bone Weaver's Orchard by Sarah Reed. I did enjoy this one. I think I'm giving it like 3.5, 4 stars. And yeah, it was spooky. I liked the reveal. It was pretty dark. I like when you know, YA and middle grade really goes there with the dark themes. This one did. It was pretty suspenseful ending, and the atmosphere is really good in this one. And yeah, it just had those great wintry vibes. This one kind of is like a toned down, in a way, a toned down Boys in the Valley. Definitely a different setup, but it is surrounded around like a boys' school. There's no like possession stuff or anything really in it. It's mostly just ghost, supernatural vibes, but I did enjoy that. And then I was like working on a project. I put up lighting in my kitchen, so I was like, I need another audiobook. So I listened to Pink Slime by Fernanda Trias. And I loved it. I did really love this book. At first I was like, this is a little too literary for me. There wasn't a lot of, I thought this was going to be really heavy with body horror. It wasn't. There's a little bit of body horror in it, but it's definitely not what I was expecting. But I actually find myself thinking about this book. I finished it on Wednesday, today's Sunday, and I've thought about it like every day, and I've been applying what this main character's inner turmoil and inner thoughts were to an epidemic that is climate based, like almost apocalyptic, in her country. And there's just like so many variables that came with this climate, I don't want to call it a climate crisis, but it's basically the algae like poisons their stuff. So they have to resort to other things, but there's like this chain reaction of stuff. It's just not one thing, and I found that really interesting. And then also just her like self preservation, or like her coming to terms with like, what does she need to do for the people in her life? You know, like, it was really interesting. It was a really interesting concept. And I think for that, I'm just giving it 5 stars because it has stuck with me and it has made me do a bit of critical thinking, especially going into such a shit show of a year. It's really made me think a little bit. And especially with another crazy week. It's just so crazy. I thought this week would be better than my previous week. And you know, it wasn't worse. I will say that. So that's saying a lot because I did not have water for 3 days. But yeah, it's just been a heavy week. It's been a heavy week for America. And it's really sad. It's very sad. You know, with everything with the TikTok ban and David Lynch dying, it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a tough week. I'm over it. But anyways, I did start reading another book because this is me getting in my reading vlog. I had pre-ordered the audio of the Wayward Witches. Is that it? The Wayward? Oh my gosh. These titles, I swear. These titles, they're gonna kill me. And Grady Hendrix loves long titles. You guys notice that? Yeah, the Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I wanted to say his school. No. So I pre-ordered this, I think a couple months ago. I used some Google Play money for this, so I didn't spend any money on this. I am 70% in. This book is freaking long. This book is so long. It's almost 500 pages. I've heard stuff before I went into this book. Let me just say, I've seen a lot of lukewarm reviews about it, first of all, and second of all, on Book Talk, I was seeing Black women talk about their issues with this book. So I kind of went in with that mindset. It was going to be under a bigger magnifying glass for me personally. And you know what? I had the thought today when I was listening to it, this is like Stephen King. This is like a Stephen King book, which is sad because Grady Hendrix is not like Stephen King, right? I'm sad to say it. This is reading like a Stephen King book. There's so much mixed messaging in this. I don't really even know where this author stands on certain issues now. I'm questioning that. I'm assuming it's on the good side, but there's just decisions in this that I don't understand that were made. Also with the racial stuff in this as well. I get it's early 70s, but bro, you're not Stephen King in the 70s. Like, what are we doing here? It just is frustrating because, I mean, I don't love every Grady Hendrix book, but I have loved, like, I feel like the majority of his books, and they've never, like, kind of repulsed me with some of the writing in this, like, and not in a good way, you know, like, yes, give me body horror, give me grossness and stuff. I don't know. I was just like, aren't you, like, a famous author? Like, you have an adaptation, like, you should have a diverse group of beta readers giving you feedback constantly, and I feel like that just didn't happen with this book, but I don't know. That's an assumption. I'm also assuming there was not a lot of editing done on this. So this is like a Stephen King. It's just going on and on about the same thing. It's very repetitive. I'm just like, what the actual hell? Like, can we get to some stuff? Also, I noticed too, it's missing like a lot of suspenseful stuff in it. Like, I feel like a good Grady book, there is like that scene that is quiet and dark, and you're inside the mind of the main character, and you're thinking all these things, and you're scared, and I have not felt scared 1 second of this book. And I'm like, I feel like even in my best friend's exorcism, there is scary parts in that book. It just isn't happening. Like, what the actual, so I'm at a 2-star right now with this book. I have like 20% left, so we'll see. I'm just so like, I get it. I get where he's going, but I'm also like getting mixed messages here. The body horror is good. There is a very graphic birthing scene that I just read, because it is about, I don't think I even talked about what it is about. It's about like a home for girls in the 70s, in the early 70s in South Florida, so the deep South, and that's where they go to have their babies, and it's like all hush hush, like, you know, these girls don't even go by their real name. They are yeah, like, they're cast aside basically for 9 months until they have the baby. The baby's gone, they sign over all rights, and I get some of the stuff here, but also I'm just like, I feel like you could have done this in a different way and it would have been so much better. But yeah, also the witchcraft stuff is pretty tame, and also it seems like it's not there a lot, and it's like, what the heck? I was actually thinking of this book, well, The Year of the Witching, as I knock down all my books. Year of the Witching, I think, does stuff better as a witch book. Also, if you're looking for a Southern witch story, that is much better already, even though I haven't finished this book. Redlands by Jory Belair and Vanessa Del Rey. This graphic novel, I haven't read. I think I've read the other ones. I got them from, I borrowed them. But this, I feel like, handles stuff so much better. And it's more graphic and insane. And it takes place in the Deep South. I'm a little disappointed at this point. We'll see how it ends. I've still been seeing good reviews for the most part. Yeah. 2025. Can you just stop? Can you just stop 1 second? But I'm kind of in a rush right now. Actually, I have to get to my part-time job, where hopefully I will finish Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I want to finish that. I have a kind of a long commute to where I'm going today, so I'll be listening to that. And then I think that might be it for this vlog. I am trying to finish a crochet project for a gift for somebody. I might show you that if I do finish it today. I'm hoping to finish it at work, but we'll see. But I will have one more check-in after this with my final thoughts on Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. Maybe if I say it over and over again, I will not forget it. Okay, so I'm at work. It might be kind of loud with people moving around and stuff, and not a great shot, but I just have to say, it's been like an hour, or maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours since that last check-in, and TikTok is back. That was fucking disgusting what our government just did. I'm just gonna say that. You're messing with people's lives. You're psychologically messing with them. And also, fuck everyone. Really in this situation. But, you know, I'm glad people have their livelihoods back for 90 days apparently now. But I would be pissed. I would be so mad if I actually made money on TikTok. But I'm glad for people to have that still. But oh my gosh, like, no. And I finished Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, and it did get better. I did end up liking the ending of this a lot, actually. So I don't know. I'm thinking a low 3, possibly 2.5. So I gave it another half a star. I just think it needed more editing. I think it needed more beta readers. And yeah, I'm just like, I just needed more of somebody, I don't know, like, I needed more gore, I needed more suspense too. I was like, I needed something more horrible to happen. But yeah, that is where I'm at. I have to get back to work, unfortunately, but let me know what you guys have been doing this new year. What have you been reading? It's been totally crazy. Yeah, just let me know how you feeling out there, everybody. I'm totally fine. Everything is fine. My next vlog will be my reading banned books vlog, so I'm super excited for that. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.